Hi, today we're going to be focusing on the technique around the half moon pose. And we won't just be practicing half moon pose itself, but we'll really be covering a few other poses where we work on the same principles to really support you in the technique of half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. I'm Irene, a yoga and mindfulness teacher, bringing you different yoga, mindfulness, and breathing practices. If you're looking forward to this technique video, give the video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and let me know in the comments how you get on. So we'll begin in a child's pose. Dropping the head down and bringing awareness to your breath. Slowly coming from here up to a downward dog, so you can tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And for half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana, you really need to have that length in the hamstrings, as well as the activation and length through the torso. So already in the downward dog, you can be working on this. The hamstrings, though, are, of course, a little tight since we've not moved that much today. You could already have the heels a little lifted or knees bent so that you've got the space to really lengthen through the spine. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And then we'll use the next inhale to reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the right knee and open that right hip. So really allowing here the hips to stack. So again, this is a nice principle that will be working in our peak pose. And then inhaling, right leg extends. Exhale, step the right foot forward. And from here, left knee can drop to the ground. Spin the left foot to the side of the mat. So right foot is forward. You're facing the long side of the mat. And from here, start to reach out with both arms. We're going to slowly lean back. So left hand drops down, right arm reaches back, creating that space through the spine. And then inhale, come forward. Right hand to the outside, left arm overhead. We'll do this a few times. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And just doing this a couple more times. And then the next time your left hand comes down, right arm up. See if you can start to balance here on that left knee. Right foot spins out to the side. So this is a little bit like half moon pose, but with the knee on the ground rather than the foot. So there's a bit lower. Right hip is spinning out and lifting up here. Yeah. Really activate through that top arm as you lift up. And then exhale, drop the foot down. Right hand coming down, left arm forward, pausing here. And now turning back forward, and from here stepping back to your downward dog. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So left leg is going to lift high on your next inhale. Exhale, start to stack the hips and open from here that left hip. So again, this movement is really important for half moon pose. Inhale, square the hips. Exhale, left foot now steps forward. Right knee comes down, spinning onto the long side of the mat. and coming up with the arms. Now the left hand is going to drop down as the right arm comes up and then come through the middle. Exhale to the opposite side. You can just rotate a few times, back and forth. So you probably really feel here the sides of the body need to lengthen. There's things happening in your hips. And then the next time you place that right hand down and the left arm up, you can start to pause here, extend maybe that left leg, and maybe start to work a little bit on lifting that leg up. Great. If the leg is a little lower, no problem. Just playing a little bit with that balance. Now left foot comes back facing the front, and then we come to the opposite side. So left arm down, right arm over. So we're creating that space in the side of the torso. And then from here, spinning back forward and step back again to your downward dog. From the downward dog, you can use the next inhale to come forward to a plank pose. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Inhaling now, reaching the right leg up and back. Exhale again, really working on opening here the right hip, keeping this time the right leg nice and long. Now, square again the hips, draw the right knee through, right foot step between the hands. And on the inhale, coming from here up to your warrior two pose. We're going to do something a little bit similar. So we're going to come through side angle, Parshvakonasana, and reverse warrior. So right arm can slide onto the thigh, left arm over, and then inhale, come through your warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhaling warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Again, coming through and exhaling. You can just do this a couple more times, back and forth. And then the next time you pause in that side angle, we're going to stay a few breaths. So either you keep that right arm on the thigh, or right hand can come to the outside maybe of the leg as you keep reaching that left arm forward, or reaching, if you like, left arm up. So this is perhaps a little better today to work on, since this is the same position the arm will be in half moon pose. From here, working slowly on lengthening the legs, so we'll come up to our triangle pose. Right arm resting on the shin, left arm up. Gazing up to that left arm. And then inhaling from here, come back to that warrior two. Exhale, circle down and step to your downward dog. If you like, inhale, come forward to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Coming to the left side, so left leg reaches high on the inhale. Exhale, start to open the hip, keeping the left leg also long. So you might gaze here through the left shoulder. And then square the left hip, draw the left foot forward, right foot steps down, and spin the arms up to the warrior two pose. Then we'll come to our flow. So inhaling, coming forward to your side angle Parshvakonasana. Exhale through warrior two and back towards your reverse warrior. And then you can just move again a few times back and forth. So seeing if you can keep both feet heavy here, legs nice and active. And we're just creating also that mobility here in the upper body, really finding that length, as well as opening up the hips. So the next time that you come forward to your side angle Parshvakonasana, you can pause here. Again, left arm can rest on the thigh, or you could slide it down and see again if you can reach your right hand up to the ceiling. Right hip is spinning a little open here as you gaze up. Belly wants to be nice and firm. And then you can start to extend the left leg and come to triangle pose, Trikonasana. And again, really allow crown of the head to reach forward here, spine to stay long. Staying here one more breath. Inhaling back, warrior two. And exhale down to the ground, downward dog. Or you can lower chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog and exhaling downward dog. So we're ready now to come towards our half moon pose. Inhaling from here, reaching the right leg up and back. Exhale again, start to open the hip. Allow that right leg to be long. Now draw the right knee through the chest, right foot steps forward. And on the inhale, come up to your warrior two pose. Now left hand is going to come to the left hip. Right hand coming forward and a little to the right of that right foot. You really want to be on the fingertips here. Now step your left foot a little closer. So you're coming to the ball of the left foot. Right foot stays heavy and you start to lean your weight into that right leg. So left big toe is maybe resting or you're slowly lifting that left leg up. And from here, now you start to work also on lengthening through that right leg. Now, can you spin your left hip open? So really allow that left outer hip to lift as crown of the head reaches forward. And maybe you start to reach here your left arm up. If you're with the hand on the hip, with the right knee a little bent, even big toe resting, absolutely fine. Just work in the pose where you are. Staying here, one more breath. Exhale, take a big step back. Find from here, however wobbly it is, that warrior two. Exhale, circle down, downward dog or chaturanga. Inhale, coming to the left side, so left leg reaches high. Exhale, start to open from here, that left hip. Left foot now steps forward, right heel drops, and transitioning up, warrior two. Now we're going to come straight into that side angle, so right hand can come to the right hip, left hand a little forward and out to the side of your left foot, leaning forward. So left leg can be bent here. Right leg is already quite light. And either you're balancing on the big toe or you're slowly lifting that right leg up, and then you're also allowing the left leg to lengthen. Now, can you keep extending the crown of the head forward as you maybe also start to reach that right arm up? Great. And if you're wobbly, just slowly finding that stability as best as you can. Staying here, maybe one more breath. Exhale, take a big step back. Warrior two. Circle the arms down. Downward dog or chaturanga. And then from here, lower the knees down and come to rest in child's pose. And slowly find your way back to a seated position. So thanks for joining. I'm curious to hear in the comments how you got on and if this was helpful for you. Remember, it's quite a challenging pose, like any balanced pose really. So take your time and remember it's more about the journey of observing how things are as we practice rather than accomplishing the pose itself. If you've got other ideas of other poses you'd like to see broken down in a similar way and compared to other yoga poses, so this idea of combining different yoga poses to really support your technique, then let me know in the comments and I'll see you next time.